Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for being here today. My name is Jordy and I'm here to do another tarot card reading for the Pisces Collective. These readings are general, so that means they may or may not resonate with you. If you find it doesn't fit your story after a few minutes, I recommend checking out another reading on my channel with the title that stands out to you. Okay, well we're going to get started by pulling some Angel Tarot cards, then we'll move into a 10-card tarot spread using the Rider-Waite Tarot. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, commenting below, and subscribing to my channel. I appreciate all of your love and support. Okay. Let's see what's going on for Pisces. We have the Moon card. This says important psychic insights, events behind the scenes, release fears that hold you back. So events behind the scenes, Pisces, what you don't see happening. It does talk about releasing fears, maybe releasing fear of the unknown. We also have the Queen of Air. This says objective decision making, clearing away all that no longer serves you, and seeing the humor in a situation. So it's all about perspective and boundaries, clear communication, clearing away what doesn't serve you, clear decision making. Okay, let's see what the tarot reading has to offer. We have the Two of Wands. We have the Tower. We have the Seven of Pentacles. The Ace of Swords in the past. In the past, we also have the Eight of Cups. In the future is the Ace of Wands. We have the Hanged One. We have the Five of Cups. We have the Strength card. And the Four of Swords as the outcome. Ten of Cups underneath the bottom of the deck. So we're talking about your long-term dreams and goals. What you envision your future to be. If you had everything go the way that you hoped. And it looks like you moved away from something or someplace or someone in the past, and then you may have returned back to it at some point, Pisces. Or you may have constantly been thinking about returning back to it. And I'm seeing that like it wasn't a good idea for you in the past to do so. You may have done it anyways, or maybe you kept thinking about it anyways. And now I'm seeing in the current moment that you've made a decision to get unstuck, to move forward. And I have to say, with a lot of these cards being reversed, that maybe this decision is a little bit hasty. Maybe it's throwing off the divine plan a little bit. It's almost like you're making, not necessarily an impulsive decision, but it's kind of saying that you don't know what your future is going to bring. So say, for example, if you're setting a long-term goal for a year from now or 3 months from now, and you feel like you've made up your mind today or this week, the universe might actually present you with other opportunities before then that may cause you to rethink about what you've been hoping and planning for. So if we look at the individual card pairings, we have the Two of Wands reversed and the Ace of Wands in the future reversed. So usually the Two of Wands reversed is like you've made a decision. You're no longer looking towards the future and the past and wondering which direction to go. It's almost like you have an epiphany, a divine revelation, that you've been spending your time and waiting for certain outcomes, and they're just not going to come until you take action in some area of your life. So that action is in the future with that Ace of Wands reversed. But it's telling me that, for one, you might not end up acting on the decision that you're making now, later on in the future. Or if you do, the opportunity to do so hasn't quite fully presented itself to you yet. But it doesn't mean it's not going to happen. I just feel like maybe you kind of shocked your spirit guides, your angels, your ancestors, maybe your family, your friends, by coming up with such a bold decision. And maybe that's what the shock in the Tower card is representing. With the Tower card and the Hanged Man, it's kind of showing that something's been eating away at you for quite some time, and you want to do something about it now. You want to, the Hanged One is hanging from a tree, and then in the Tower card, people are jumping from the tower. So I don't necessarily feel like you're going to be jumping from a tower and like sabotaging or throwing something away or blowing something up. I think you're going to be calmly untying yourself from that tree and righting yourself up so that you're standing straight and tall again, and just going to move forward the best way that you know how. So out of all the different types of card combos we can put with the Tower card, the Hanged Man is telling me that this is something that you actually can control. You can control how this plays out. The universe might be a little bit exasperated with you because it's thinking, well, hey, we had this plan for Pisces, but now Pisces is making a different decision. And I just think that time will tell if the universe's plan looks more lucrative for you, or if you stick to this new decision that you've made. Ultimately, free will is a big deal. And in my opinion, we've got I don't know how it works on the spiritual world side. I mean, do any of us really know how it works? But from my impression and my experience, we've got a spirit team. And that spirit team is made up of past loved ones, made up of, past life soulmates. It's made up of ascended masters for some of us, angels. There's different levels of awareness with your spirit guides. So some spirit guides might be freaking out right now, thinking oh my God, Pisces made another big decision and we weren't prepared for it. But some of your higher up spirit guides that have more awareness might be kind of thinking oh, okay, this was all part of the divine plan anyway, making that decision. So on one level, it might be shocking for people around you or even for some of your spirit guides. But on another level, we never really shock the universe. In different higher levels of dimensions, things are just in a different state anyway. So what we do in this lower dimension eventually leads to the higher dimensions anyway. It's almost like the destiny is always going to work out a certain way, but how we get there can always change, or how fast or how slow we get there as well. And that's where your free will can come into play. So we have the Seven of Pentacles reversed, and we have the Five of Cups. This is kind of, making a decision from a space of disappointment, because we have that decision card that we talked about. And the Seven of Pentacles reversed can also talk about pulling your investment out of something and transplanting that chunk of money or experience or time and realizing that it wasn't working out in some area or some location or some relationship or whatever it is for you, and looking for another way to reinvest. This is a big decision. And with the recent past being the Ace of Swords reversed, and with the Strength card being reversed in the Fears and Desires position, right now you might be planning your future based off of a fear-based mentality. I mean, I don't know how wise your decision that you're making recently, Pisces, is. It might be a very sound decision. It might be a ridiculous decision. I don't know who you are, but ultimately, the some of the motivation behind doing so is based out of fear, lack mentality, fear that you're not going to have what you need in the place that you are, or in the relationship that you are, or the job that you are. So maybe the universe is kind of saying like that everything is possible, and it just depends on your vibration, you know. So maybe you can still follow through with this decision at a later date, maybe 3 months from now, a year from now, now that you've made up your mind. But maybe there's some lessons to learn in between then, which will kind of shift your focus from a fear-based decision into a confident, abundant-based decision. And maybe at that point your decision changes anyway. The universe has a funny way of changing our perspective once we make up our minds. We have the Eight of Cups reverse, which talks about returning, doing something, wanting to do something again, wanting to do something over, and feeling a sense of, I just heard the word despair, like maybe you're feeling like you can't find what you're looking for in where you're at right now. And with the Four of Swords reverse, this is bothering you. This is causing you stress. This is something that doesn't sit right with you. So I can see why you are in that Tower card, Two of Wands mode right now. Seven of Pentacles reverse, like making a decision, shocking everybody with what you're talking about, pulling out your resources, your investment of time and energy into a place or a relationship, pulling it back and taking action in a new direction. I just feel like with the Seven of Pentacles being here and some of these other cards, that the decision you make today doesn't play out until later on in the future, and that between now and then there might be some changes that you didn't anticipate. You might even drop that decision. So just keep that in mind, Pisces. All right, that's what I've got for your reading today. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you again soon.